The issue of undersized fixture mounting screws in electrical installations, specifically with offshore manufactured lighting fixtures, raises several concerns. The screws, intended to be number 8-32, measure approximately 0.147 inches in diameter, slightly undersized compared to the standard 0.159 inches. This discrepancy, though seemingly small at about 1/64th of an inch, can lead to loose fittings, easy stripping, and potential safety hazards, particularly in steel and polyvinyl chloride octagon boxes. Firstly, the offshore fixture manufacturer might be utilizing screws that do not conform to the industry standard dimensions for mounting screws. This could stem from cost-cutting measures, lack of quality control, or differing manufacturing standards in the country of origin. Secondly, the supplier responsible for procuring these fixtures may not have conducted adequate inspections of the screws before distribution. A thorough quality assurance process should identify and rectify such deviations from the standard. Thirdly, the electrical codes might lack explicit specifications regarding the precise size requirements for fixture mounting screws. This ambiguity can result in variations in practice and interpretation among manufacturers and installers. Fourthly, underwriters' laboratories, or all, may not have certified the fixtures with these undersized screws, which raises concerns about whether the fixtures meet established safety standards. This highlights a potential gap in the certification process or non-compliance by the manufacturer. To address this problem, several solutions can be implemented. Firstly, contacting the fixture manufacturer is essential. They should be informed of the issue and requested to provide corrected screws that meet the number 8-32 standard. Providing detailed feedback on the problem can help them improve their quality control processes. Secondly, notifying local electrical inspectors or code enforcement officers is crucial. They can investigate the situation, assess the potential risks, and take appropriate action, such as issuing warnings or requiring corrective measures. Thirdly, reporting the issue to UL allows them to determine whether the fixtures comply with their safety standards when using undersized screws. UL can conduct further testing and potentially revoke certification if the fixtures do not meet the required criteria. Fourthly, if the fixture has not been certified with the undersized screws, utilizing screws that adhere to the industry standard size, that is, number 8-32, is advisable. This ensures proper mounting and minimizes the risk of stripping or loosening. Fifthly, educating other electrical contractors about this issue is essential for raising awareness and encouraging proactive inspection of fixture screws before installation. Sharing information and best practices can help prevent potential problems and ensure safer electrical installations. For further investigation and resolution of this issue, contacting the following organizations may be beneficial: the International Association of Lighting Manufacturers, or IALM, which can provide insights into industry standards and best practices for lighting fixture manufacturing. The National Electrical Manufacturers Association, or NEMA, particularly its Lighting Fixtures Division, can offer guidance on standards and regulations related to electrical products. The Lighting Fixtures Division of Underwriters Laboratories, or UL, which can address concerns regarding product certification and safety standards. And lastly, your local electrical inspector or code enforcement officer, who can provide specific guidance and regulations applicable to your area. When performing electrical installations, it is critical to ensure that all components, including mounting screws, meet the required standards and specifications. Undersized screws can compromise the safety and reliability of the installation. Number 8-32 screws are a common standard for mounting electrical fixtures to outlet boxes. The number 8 refers to the screw's nominal size, and 32 refers to the number of threads per inch. This thread count provides a secure and reliable connection. The 0.159 inch diameter is a typical measurement for number 8-32 screws. The undersized screws, measuring 0.147 inches, deviate from this standard. The use of steel or polyvinyl chloride octagon boxes are common in electrical installations. These boxes provide a secure housing for wiring connections and a mounting point for fixtures. Steel boxes offer greater strength and durability, while polyvinyl chloride boxes are lighter and resistant to corrosion. When screws are too small for the tapped holes in these boxes, they may not provide sufficient grip, leading to instability and potential hazards. Stripping of screws can occur when excessive force is applied, or when the screws are mismatched with the threads of the hole. This can weaken the connection and make it difficult to remove or tighten the screws. In polyvinyl chloride boxes, the plastic material is more susceptible to stripping than steel. Electrical codes are designed to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical installations. While they may not always specify the exact dimensions of components like screws, they generally require that all components be suitable for their intended purpose and meet recognized industry standards. Underwriters Laboratories, or ALL, is a well-known organization that tests and certifies electrical products to ensure they meet safety standards. UL certification indicates that a product has been evaluated and meets the applicable requirements for safety. Using certified products can help reduce the risk of electrical hazards. When addressing the issue of undersized screws, it is important to document the problem and gather evidence such as photographs and measurements. This information can be useful when communicating with the manufacturer, supplier, or regulatory authorities. Keeping records of any communication and actions taken can also help in resolving the issue. In addition to the steps mentioned earlier, consider the following actions. Review the purchase orders and specifications for the lighting fixtures to ensure that the correct screw size was specified. If there was an error in the order, it may be possible to obtain a refund or replacement. Inspect a sample of the fixtures from each shipment to identify any inconsistencies in screw size. This can help detect problems early on and prevent the installation of defective fixtures. Consider using thread locking compounds to improve the grip of the screws in the octagon boxes. These compounds can fill the gaps between the screw threads and the hole, providing a more secure connection. Ensure that all electrical work is performed by qualified and licensed electricians who are familiar with the applicable codes and standards. Proper installation techniques can help minimize the risk of problems with fixture mounting. Stay informed about any updates or changes to electrical codes and standards. This can help ensure that your work is always in compliance with the latest requirements. By taking these steps, you can help address the issue of undersized fixture mounting screws and ensure the safety and reliability of electrical installations. It is also important to consider the potential liability associated with using non-compliant or defective products. If an electrical failure or injury occurs as a result of using undersized screws, you may be held responsible. Therefore, it is crucial to take all necessary precautions to ensure that all components used in electrical installations meet the required standards and specifications. This includes verifying the screw size before installation, using thread locking compounds, and employing qualified electricians. Furthermore, it is important to consider the long-term effects of using undersized screws. Over time, the screws may loosen due to vibration or temperature changes, leading to a potential fire hazard or electrical shock. Therefore, it is essential to address this issue promptly and take corrective measures to ensure the safety and integrity of the electrical installation. In addition to the organizations mentioned earlier, consider contacting the Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, if you believe that the undersized screws pose a significant safety hazard to consumers. The CPSC has the authority to investigate and recall products that are deemed unsafe. Also, document all instances of undersized screws and any related problems. This documentation can be valuable in the event of a lawsuit or insurance claim. Communicate with your insurance provider to determine if your policy covers damages or liability associated with using non-compliant products. Lastly, be proactive in educating others about this issue and advocating for stronger enforcement of electrical codes and standards. By working together, we can help ensure the safety and reliability of electrical installations and protect consumers from potential hazards. Consider establishing a system for tracking and managing electrical components to ensure that the correct parts are used for each installation. This system could include labeling components with their specifications, maintaining a database of approved products, and conducting regular audits to verify compliance. Also, provide training to electrical staff on how to identify and address potential problems with electrical components, including undersized screws. This training should cover the importance of using compliant products, proper installation techniques, and the potential consequences of using non-compliant products. Conduct regular inspections of electrical installations to identify and correct any deficiencies, including loose or undersized screws. These inspections should be performed by qualified personnel and should be documented for future reference. Furthermore, consider implementing a quality control program to ensure that all electrical components meet the required standards and specifications. This program could include testing components, verifying certifications, and conducting regular audits of suppliers. Work with suppliers to ensure that they provide accurate and reliable information about their products, including screw sizes and certifications. This can help prevent the purchase of non-compliant products. Consider using alternative mounting methods for electrical fixtures, such as using mounting plates or brackets that provide a more secure connection than screws alone. These methods can help compensate for any deficiencies in the screw size or the octagon box. Lastly, stay informed about any emerging issues or trends in the electrical industry that could affect the safety or reliability of electrical installations. This can help you proactively address potential problems and ensure that your work is always up to date. The specific electrical codes and standards applicable to your area may vary depending on the local regulations. It is important to consult with your local electrical inspector or code enforcement officer to ensure that you are following the correct requirements. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a widely adopted standard for electrical installations in the United States. However, local jurisdictions may have their own amendments or interpretations of the NEC. Therefore, it is crucial to be familiar with the specific requirements in your area. The NEC Article 110.3 covers examination, identification, installation, and use of equipment. It states that equipment that is listed or labeled shall be installed and used in accordance with any instructions included in the listing or labeling. It also indicates that equipment must be suitable for the intended use. The NEC Section 314.27 covers outlet boxes used as the sole support for ceiling suspended paddle fans or luminaires. This section requires that the box be listed for the application and meet specific weight requirements. While this section does not explicitly address screw size, it highlights the importance of using appropriate hardware for supporting electrical fixtures. The NEC Section 110.12 covers mechanical execution of work. It states that electrical equipment shall be installed in a neat and workmanlike manner. This includes ensuring that all screws are properly tightened and that no exposed live parts are present. The NEC Chapter 3 covers wiring methods and materials. This chapter includes requirements for the types of conductors, cables, and raceways that can be used in electrical installations. It also covers the proper methods for terminating and splicing conductors. The NEC Chapter 4 covers equipment for general use. This chapter includes requirements for the installation and use of various types of electrical equipment, such as switches, receptacles, and luminaires. The NEC Chapter 5 covers special occupancies. This chapter includes requirements for electrical installations in specific types of occupancies, such as hazardous locations, healthcare facilities, and agricultural buildings. The NEC Chapter 6 covers special equipment. This chapter includes requirements for the installation and use of various types of special equipment, such as electric signs, elevators, and welders. The NEC Chapter 7 covers special conditions. This chapter includes requirements for electrical installations in specific types of environments, such as corrosive atmospheres, damp locations, and underground installations. The NEC Chapter 8 covers communications systems. This chapter includes requirements for the installation of communications systems such as telephone, data, and cable television. The NEC Chapter 9 contains tables and examples. This chapter includes tables for calculating conductor ampacity, conduit fill, and other electrical parameters. It also includes examples of how to apply the NEC requirements. These tables and examples can be helpful in understanding and complying with the NEC. Always consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes and standards to ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant. In addition to the NEC, there may be other standards and regulations that apply to electrical installations in your area, such as those issued by state or local agencies. It is important to be aware of these requirements and to comply with them. Consider seeking guidance from a qualified electrical engineer or consultant if you have any questions or concerns about electrical installations. These professionals can provide expert advice and assistance to ensure that your work is safe and compliant. Stay informed about any changes or updates to electrical codes and standards by attending industry events, reading trade publications, and participating in continuing education courses. This can help you stay up to date on the latest requirements and best practices. By taking these steps, you can help ensure that your electrical installations are safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable codes and standards. The issue of undersized fixture mounting screws highlights the importance of attention to detail in electrical installations. Even seemingly minor discrepancies can have significant consequences for safety and reliability. By being vigilant and proactive, you can help prevent problems and ensure the integrity of your work.